Ty. It's AJ. Thank you for tuning back in on One Take. As you know before, the main objective is to learn more about the person behind the brand, behind the journey, behind the venture. And it's called One Take for a reason. We just press record and whatever happens, happens. So AJ, if you can just tell the people a little bit about yourself, where you from, that type of stuff.
What's going on, everybody? My name is AJ Swords, originally from Stafford and Woodbridge, Virginia. Now I currently reside in Los Angeles. Been here a couple years now. Decided to take the leap and leave DC, Northern Virginia DMV area, and just come on out and explore. So traveled for a little bit and ended up in LA. I've been here for 3 years now, come up on 3 years. So it's been a journey. It's been a process, and I feel like if LA doesn't do one thing, it really teaches you about yourself, considering like it makes you figure out everything that you need to figure out about yourself. You know what I mean? So I'm greatly appreciative, and I've enjoyed my time out here.
I know that's right. I'm glad to be here too. The weather's good, seeing the town, seeing the beaches, and it's been a good experience. But I kind of want to go into one question that I want you to touch bases on. What's a business venture, or what's a journey that you're starting or you're getting into, and what made you go down that path?
Mm-hmm.
If you could touch on that.
Sure. So for me, these past couple of years has been a spiritual journey for me. It was kind of the reason why I left DC and kind of just ended up out here. So during my spiritual journey, I kind of took to all the things that I felt like I needed and felt like I had that were good, like resource-wise. And then I also noticed that some things that I felt like were lacking as I progressed along my journey that I felt like could be to help better serve other people. So I'm essentially starting a brand that's called Perspective, and it will do a combination of many different things. It'll house content, guided meditations. It'll teach you about anything ranging from crystals to chakras. We'll dabble a little bit in ETs. I will actually have a crystal store, so I'll be selling different crystals, gem and minerals. And it's just going to be an overall wellness brand, I guess, that would basically help people along their journey as I was helped. So.
Oh, that was dope. Like, what's the inspiration behind it? Like, what made you choose that path to help people?
I think it's just the inner knowing. I mean, it's just something that I realized that I'm pretty passionate about, and for me, it's been, like I said, this journey for me has been really tapping into myself and figuring out who I am as a person. And with that, I feel like a lot of people in this day and age, especially like right now, this time, especially like people having so much time on their hands with COVID going on and everything, I feel like a lot of people are really starting to tap into themselves and figure out who they are as people, as beings, as spirits. And I feel like putting out content would be beneficial to people and kind of opening them up and seeing what else is out there, because at the end of the day, I feel like being open and trying different things and seeing what really, really resonates with you, that's the whole purpose of Perspective. There's not going to be just one way. I'm doing an interview series as well with that, so I'm interviewing people that are talking about stones, stone energy, how it works with the body, and then we're going off and they're talking about ETs. I'll interview one person. She specifically is like double down on water and how water is not only it's not only a cleanse for the body, the physical, but it's a cleanse for the soul. So it's a wide range of things, and the whole purpose of that is to basically give anybody could come in and say, well, I didn't resonate with this, but I did kind of resonate with what she was saying or what he was saying, and so they can take that and implement that in their lives. So
I know that's dope. Mm-hmm. That's dope. And I can't wait to hear the perspectives and the people that you have on your show, and the different ways of people thinking. I feel like everybody have their own journey about what shapes them, whether it's their parents, whether it's energy, whether it's their beliefs. Mm-hmm. And I feel like as time goes by, people find their own journeys and find who they are. And with the stones, I feel like resonating the energy with who you are, I think it speaks volumes. So
Absolutely.
I'm curious about that.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, one other question I have for you is, what or who inspires you for who you are? What or who?
Inspiration, I feel like for me, I draw from just opening my eyes on like everything and everybody. So inspiration for me could be a physical person. It could be a person in hearing somebody say something and saying something that may be motivational or something that I really, really took to and it hit home for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I took that and ran with that. Or inspiration could just be going outside and listening to nature, you know what I mean? And maybe that inspires me to go do something else, you know what I mean? So I feel like inspiration isn't just, for me, it solely isn't like one thing. It's literally everything, my entire surroundings, I feel like is inspiration. I feel like that might be the same case for a lot of people too, whether or not they realize it or not, you know? Like we're always taking in different things and we're always taking in different aspects and we're always seeing and listening and touching and feeling. And whether or not we realize that, like we're taking something from that experience, which can then be added and be attributed to inspiration. So.
Yeah, I agree because I think that's where it came. Like you're a product of your own environment at some point,
Exactly.
in perspective. Because the things you see every day, the music you listen to every day, the people you have conversation with every day, it kind of shapes your train of thought and it leads you in different journeys. So I do understand where you're coming from.
Absolutely.
And one other question I'll have for you is, being as the man you are and the journeys you've overcame and challenges you overcame, right now, what would you tell your 14, 15-year-old self? Like, what would you tell your younger self with the knowledge that you have, today?
I would tell myself to take more time for myself.
Mm.
I feel like with the way the world is set up right now, unfortunately, and even when we're younger, we're always constantly doing something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so by doing that, we're always doing this and doing that. The way I saw my life in my teens and early 20s and mid 20s as well. It's like I was always doing something. And I kind of like the way it came to me in message was like I was going to all these meetings, right? And so I was going to meet this person here and go out here. I was going to meet this person, help them move. I was going to go meet this person because I hadn't seen him in a long time. I was going here, I was going there. And it gets to a point where it's like every weekend or multiple times during the week you're constantly on the move, you're constantly doing something, you're constantly on. And I think a lot of that attributes to like me, like I feel like I was doing all these meetings, going to all these meetings when in reality I was missing the meeting that I really, really needed, which was with myself. And so I feel like for me, I would just take more time for myself, really try to tap into what I really, really like and what resonates with me, minus what society tells you should be and what you should like and whatnot. I would really take more time for myself, and also I think I would have a little bit more fun too. Like I just feel like with that and really tapping into myself, I would just enjoy it a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like I feel like we all get tied up in doing the adult stuff and paying the bills and doing the laundry and taking care of the kids and this and that, yada yada, and we end up wearing ourselves out and we forget about ourselves. So I think it all circles back to taking more time for yourself, whatever capacity that may be, and being okay with it just being you. So.
No, I agree. So is there something maybe in your journey, something that you notice about yourself, good or bad, that you never noticed before?
Oh, a bunch of things.
Or you give me one that kind of like sticks out.
A bunch of things. I've noticed a whole bunch of stuff these past couple of years about myself that I didn't know. I didn't know that I love traveling. I love traveling, and I used to be somewhat timid about traveling by myself and going different places without people until I randomly decided I was going to go to Mardi Gras one year by myself, and I didn't have a place to stay. I just booked a plane ticket and I got on the plane. I didn't find a place to stay till like as soon as I got off the plane.
Oh wow!
You know what I mean? So stuff like that. It's kind of like that experience. You don't really know your limit. You don't really know your maximum until you really go out there and test it. You know what I mean?
I agree.
So that's definitely one thing. There's been a bunch of other things that, I guess emotionally wise, how sometimes I, like to bottle stuff in and don't really let stuff out, and sometimes I have a hard time communicating. So it's all been a learning process and a learning and unlearning process. So, but yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. It's just a part of growth. That's what it is, and I think the biggest thing out of all that is just kind of being aware of it. You know what I mean?
Correct.
I feel like that's half the battle. Then the other half is deciding what you want to do with it. Do you want to correct it? Do you want to grow from it? Do you want to get better? Or do you just want to let it be where it's at, Because at the end of the day, I feel like it haunts us in a sense, you know what I mean? It kind of puts a tamper on who we are as people and our maximum potential. But I think it's just a matter of being aware of what you're doing, where you're at in your life, who you are as a person, and I feel like that can only be done, like I said, by taking more time for yourself. Going in solitude. Whether that be taking a walk by yourself, whether that be reading by yourself, whether that be meditating, whether that be doing yoga, whether that just be doing gardening. Everybody has their own thing. I think it's just a matter of tapping into what resonates with you, what you like, and then actually doubling down on that. So.
Oh yeah, man, that's a powerful answer, man. I commend you for at least admitting some faults that you have and some that you're actually working towards as far as communication or bottling things in, because I feel like us as human beings, our natural defense mechanism is to not share it or to be vulnerable. So that's something, like you were saying, have to unlearn, because we're taught to, we are men, like we have to be strong. We can't cry, you can't show emotions, and sometimes you have to unlearn that just so you can be strong in different areas. So I do commend you for that. That's dope. But one other question I do have for you is, what's the first thing that makes you? Let me rephrase. What makes you happy? Name something that you can think of that actually makes you genuinely happy.
It's helping people. Being of service. I can say, and in as many different capacities to that. It's not just one thing, but I think ultimately being in service of some shape or form is what truly makes me happy. And I don't think I really realized that for a long, long time, So I definitely think it would be like something being of service. And then on top of that, I think it pairs with, being creative and I feel like we all have imaginations and we all have things we want to bring to fruition. And I think it's a matter of, harnessing that creativity and being able to actually act on that, which makes me happy. So yeah, I would pair both of those two together: serving people, being creative, and just having an overall sense of freedom. Being able to do what I want to do whenever I want to do it. Still working on that, because we're still in the game a little bit. We're still playing the race a little bit, but
right.
Yeah, but I think those three things paired together is probably what overall makes me happy.
Oh, that's dope. Especially when you say being of service. We live in a world where a lot of people are selfish. A lot of people that won't help you, they're all about gimme. They don't want to put you in a better position because they may be better than them. And then I see that all the time. So yeah, I do commend you for at least genuinely want to go around helping people in your own way.
Yeah.
So I think that's dope. And one last question we're gonna close with. What is a challenge that you overcame that you never seen coming?
Challenge I overcame that I never seen coming.
That's a tough one.
It is tough. I think it's just the challenge of being out here. LA is a huge city. A lot of people come out here with the sole purpose, like, I'm going out here to act, I'm going out here to be an entertainer, I'm going out here to do music, I'm going out here to write scripts, whatever it may be. I think the fact that I left my job when I did, and when I moved out here, I didn't really have a plan. I didn't really know what I was doing out here. I just felt intuitively that I needed to be out here. And so these past couple of years for me has been an up and down, majority uphill battle of just figuring out, my grounds and trying to really stabilize myself here. And I didn't expect all of that, coming here, you know what I mean? Because when you're just floating and you're in LA, you see what could happen. You kind of got an idea of what you want to do. But I think for me, coming out here, not really having a plan, having to figure stuff out, because LA forces you to figure yourself out.
Definitely.
It will swallow you up, and just kind of really, I feel like kind of now cementing myself, and being stable and being grounded. I think was a journey that half the time I didn't realize I was on, but looking back on it now, I definitely was on it for a while.
Yeah, that's crazy. Just to go to a whole big city, LA's probably one of the biggest cities that you can go and try to be an entrepreneur and just go make something happen. And to be able to make something happen out of nothing it shows true colors, resilience, and it shows, you're able to not give up in certain areas and you're actually challenging yourself to get better rather than, you could easily go home.
Right.
That's easy.
I thought about it many times.
I'm sure. I'm sure. But, the challenge of yourself just to, keep going and keep moving forward, meeting people and then putting your family on and helping people still, even though that you're actually going through things is amazing. But yes, last question for me. What's one word that you would say that describes you best? If you could get it in one word.
Oh. That's a tough question. One word.
You done said a lot, so I know trying to put that in one word. No, it's tough.
Word. If I had one word, it's the first word that came to my mind. I'll just say, I hope it would just be love.
Love. I can see that. I feel that too.
Yeah.
I feel, this whole conversation, you helping people, you even helping people with energies, with, your chakras, your energy, your stones, and I feel like you actually want to tap into a deeper level of help. And being as though that you conquered, love, emotions, resilience of your own self, you know how to get there, you're going to take that and help other people who may not even know how to do that. So I appreciate that as well.
So.
Oh, yeah. But I appreciate you all. That's our time. Once again, I'm Ty. This is AJ, I'm sorry.
Gave me a new name.
That's my guy. Just with Together is Everything. It's my brand. I'm creating this platform just to know people behind the brand, behind the journey, and tune in to the next time. If you have anybody out there that you want me to interview, if you have anybody out there that you want on the show, feel free to tag them or send me an email, DM, inbox, doesn't matter. I appreciate you all for listening, and until next time.
See y'all.
All right, peace.
Take care.